Okay, I'm going to go through another video training. This is more just informational on the system, and this is going to have to do with our Jobs tab on the top. Not everyone will have access to this, but if you are in a position that requires you to have access, I'll go through briefly what this is, and this is going to be just an overview. It's not going to get into exacts. This Jobs tab, when clicked on, will bring up all jobs currently going on company-wide. And in this case, there's 271. We click on the map and it'd bring up all the jobs in Michigan. It'll show a map of Michigan. But in this case, to narrow it down, I'm going to hit just the insurance jobs. We can narrow down even further by region, county, type, so on and so forth, but I don't see any reason to use this very often at all. We're just going to look at the insurance jobs that are in one of these statuses. And these statuses automatically default to anything going on unless it's ready for billing, invoiced, complete, or canceled. So, no date parameters again needed to put in, just insurance jobs is what we're looking for. Now this is going to bring up the list of insurance jobs, and we have 21 of them right now going on statewide. The bid type or job type, as you can see, is insurance. This information from the bid to the address to the contact type, trades, date received, so on and so forth, is all this information is in there based on what gets originally put in when we create a job. All of this information, once a job's created in the first place, or even a bid's created in the first place with the right information, the system just holds all that info and waits to use it. So when we turn it into a job, it all transfers over here, and then this becomes organic. This is constantly changing depending on you going in and what you're changing and updating. So across the board here, if we wanted to click on any of these, such as job status, it would put it all in order. So these are all the in progress, down to one that's different, and that's complete, but a pending change order on the job at 602 East Main. The due date is put in there based on a formula on when it is due, and it'll turn red when it's past its due date. Date updated shows us when it was updated last and when it's due to be updated again. The date it was received is when we got the approval, the trades, so on and so forth. The color coding here we'll discuss at another time. Again, just going over an overview. The contact would be the contact person in that particular job. 9015 Chippewa Trail in Shelby. The contact is Amy and Jeremy Novak. This is an insurance job. What we're doing is demo, flooring, HVAC, mitigation, other, painting, plumbing, and repair. The other meaning it falls outside of what our defined areas are. So let's click on this to see where we're at. And when we click on that, what this is going to bring up is the work order. This will tell us more detail on what we're doing in this particular job. So before I go here, I'll go back. If you were managing part of these, okay, and that's when you would put maybe your name in there only. So if I clicked on just Ken, I think that's how it works. Then it would just show the ones that are under your management. This is more of a macro, not a micro scale, so this shows everything. So back to that job at 9051 Chippewa Trail. This information up here shows the status of the utilities. I do not know if that's needed for this job. But again, I'm not going to get into stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. We're just looking at the work order here. On this job, it looks like we have demo work for mitigation that's completed by a sub. Here's the sub, here's the amount, here's the status. It is complete. Flooring sub, so on and so forth, all the way down, along with these items for mitigation, a little more detail, right down to the bottom of the work order, showing me that this is a $31,000 project total. Here at the bottom is some files regarding this job. Here's the mitigation bill, the reconstruction bill. I don't know what that is. or that is maybe invoices. But this looks good by putting this together. It shows the status, like I said, of where it's at. If I hit on the basic page, this is where the basic page started in order to populate the rest of the information. Progress is going to be progress photos. These photos are excellent. In any of these photos, if we wanted to make a note of what was going on in there, for example, if, I don't know what we're looking at, but let's say this is a progress photo, so new ceiling register replaced. We could keep that text in there. So how the text is on there, or I'm sorry, the captions are there to basically explain further what's in the picture. And in some cases, people will find that they want to rely heavily on the photos and the captions, and in some cases not. But you can see how this would come in handy for a homeowner during a project. Completed photos. This is when the portion of the job would actually be complete. The CO is a change order. Notes and email. This is going to be our communication chain. This is where we want stuff going. Again, I'm not going to get into a lot of details on any of these. The tracking is showing us when we populated that work order with values and assigned it to a sub, showing what we're getting paid, what the sub's getting paid, and then the balance of that and when it gets completed and sent to our office for final billing. And of course, you could always make a note. Let's say, for example, we're losing $1,000 on this. We could put demo under bid. Contractor could not do for less, for example, something like that. When anything that someone else's eyes might get on it and say, hey, why is this the case, we could be there with an answer. Now when that tracking is complete and the job gets close to the end, then we can click on the P&L, the profit and loss, and it'll show us the profit and loss of the job per category, along with going in and being able to click on these to see the receipts and the costs and the hours and so on and so forth of things that went into it. For example, right here under contents, we have a charge there. This automatically calculates the cost of owning the vehicle. Shows us a $17.27 cost. Why is that? We click on that. We have some hours that have been populated in there. That's why. The map, it just pretty simply shows the map of where it's at. And this is just another example of how the system, every part of the system is talking to each other. When we put in enter this job into a system and had to put an address in, well, that address just follows that job around. And in this case, here's where it's at. I don't know how often you'd even use that, this portion of it rather. Okay, so a couple more quick things I want to show you with the job portion. If I can get back. Oh no. I don't know where the pause button is on this. So we're just going to have to keep... Wait, I can pause it. Hold on. All right, I figured it out. So going back to this jobs tab that I clicked on, and I clicked on insurance. I could have clicked on REO. I could have clicked on both of them. But what I did is clicked on insurance, left everything else the way it is. So up here it means we're not specifying anything specifically. We're going all the way. Statewide. It shows the jobs. The color coding we'll get into later. If we wanted to click on the map, we'd be able to see the location of these 21 jobs. Now, if we look on the location, for example, when we click on the map to look at it, this is where it would come in handy to be able to say, you know what? Look at this. We got these two jobs right next to each other. Which ones are they? So I'm going to click on that, and I'll be able to see that this is 621 West Decker. And I can click on this one, and this is 6843 Travis Road. So on either of those, or on this one, I want to say what's the scope of this work. I'm just going to click on that link, and that's going to link me right to that job, right back to the work order for this particular job. And we see what's going on here and the status of it's not scheduled. The basic page was what was created when this case came in. No photos. If we look at the email, we can see that on the 14th, Barry and Diane went Dragon Heat, installed a plug for a new window for the heater. I haven't seen any updates since then. So this would be one that would be queued for where's the update, where's the billable, what's going on here. So this would just be a good example of one that still has some data that needs to be put into this, so all the answers are at our fingertips. And let's see, I think that's about it. And so I'm done.